fun. Oh, getting old. Hello, Edge family, Edge students, middle schoolers, and high schoolers. Welcome to Late Night Live. This is my co-host, Garrett Kane.
How you doing, everybody?
And this is that even on? We don't even know what we're doing.
I turned it on.
It's good, right? Is it good? He's good. Look at him.
I'm good.
He's awesome.
I'm good.
All right, so this is our first time with our Late Night Live show, and we're excited. Tom is shaking his head. This is a good thing. Hey, look, we are professional here, all right? We got a sign on our table. We got cards marked Late Night Live.
And James has a booster seat.
And I do have a boot. Did you? I do have a booster seat. So yes, that is true. In fact, this is for my back.
Yes.
This is support for my back, just so everyone knows. When I drive the 15-passenger van, right, Garrett?
It's for the back.
I always get, my crowd out here knows that I always I have my back support pad that I put on my chair. That's what I tell people it is for my bad back. Anyway, so we're going to get rolling. Let's see how many of our students actually know our co-host, Garrett Kane. So, Garrett, I got a little thing for you.
Sure, yeah. What's going on?
I want to challenge you to tell our listeners, our watchers, who you are in 12 words or less.
12 words
12
or
words.
less.
Who is Garrett Kane in 12
Oh,
words?
man. Tender at heart.
1,
Funnier than most.
2. That's 2.
Love Jesus. And boogers
4,
are gross.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
10, 11, 12.
Is that 12?
Yeah.
Nice. Burgers are gross. I like that. That's who you are.
Yes. I don't
love
like
it.
boogers.
So
I
tell
like
them
boogers.
a little more about yourself. So kind of what's going on? Who is Garrett Kane? Good.
It's 22 years old. I'll be 23 in July.
Starts with the H, like a teenager. I love it.
I,
Are you 22 and a half?
I'm 22 and a half. 22 and a half. Well, let's make it 22 and 3/4. That'll work. I'm a program assistant and a PE teacher up at Chestnut Mountain Ranch, and I counsel boys up there. And other than that, I help out here. I'm a leader for the freshman boys here, and I'm just excited to be here.
Great job. And Garrett is great. And listen, we want to thank Chestnut Mountain Ranch,
Yes.
Garrett's employer, for giving us these mugs that we put the Edge stickers over. So shout out to Chestnut Mountain Ranch, a wonderful ministry.
Yes.
Thank you, Steve and the crew over there. Anyway, so Garrett, what have you been doing during quarantine? I've shared a little bit what I'm doing, so talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to them. What have you been doing during quarantine?
I did a little bit of yard work with my one of my best friends and my dad, and got a lot of that done. We moved the smokers in the backyard around, ready for barbecue season. And other than that, I've been getting my butt whooped in 2K on PS4. I'm not very good.
So your parents have made you pretty much do housework,
Pretty
right?
much.
Yard work
Pretty
around,
much,
right?
yeah.
To get stuff ready. I love
Yeah.
especially your dad. Like, and if people don't know, Garrett Kane, of course, if you listen to his last name there, his dad is Kevin Kane, the senior pastor here, founder of Kingdom of Community Church right here in Morgantown, West Virginia. So this is awesome. So here's what we're going to do, Garrett. We're going to start this off. Me and you are going to play, well, we're all going to play a game called Hot Takes. All right, so they're going to play, but we're going to kind of let them in on how to play. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to have some strong statements coming your way, and here's what I want you guys to do first, right? So I want you to kind of get hold of this number. This is my cell number you're going to be texting in because you're going to participate. So middle schoolers, high schoolers, family members, you're going to participate. But we're going to send some strong statements your way, and you have to tell us, do you agree with these statements or do you disagree? And then you have to give your reason why. So I'm going to show you a strong statement, and then you're going to say agree or disagree. So here's what you do. I'm going to show you my number here in a little bit. Some of you already have it. And you're going to text agree or disagree. But before you text agree or disagree to one of the strong statements we're going to show them, you're going to put your name there so I can read it. So just your first name if you want. All right, and then agree or disagree, and then you're going to have to defend your answer. So they're going to have to defend their answer, Garrett. So let's look at the first one. There's my number. So go ahead and put that in your phone now if you want. And I'm going to read these. I'm going to read these out loud for everybody. So this is interactive, all right? But there's my number, all right? No prank calls, please. I'd appreciate that. 304-319-1457, and you're going to have to defend your answer, okay? So me and Garrett are going to go first, right? And here's the first one, all right? So brushing your teeth in the shower is completely acceptable. So do you agree with that or disagree, Garrett? And tell me why.
I don't think it's illegal, but I'm more of a sink guy myself. I stand at my sink. I brush my teeth every morning. But I mean, you're getting cleaned up anyway in the shower. I don't think anything will hurt you if you accidentally spit toothpaste on your foot.
So you agree?
I'm neutral. I'm neutral.
You can't be neutral.
I can't be neutral?
Agree or disagree?
Man.
Can't be neutral.
You know what? I'll agree. That's not a bad thing. Go for it, you know? What about you?
I think everything in my bones tells me that's gross for some reason. I don't like it at all. I think I don't. Brushing your teeth and your body I think they should not be done at the same time. I think it's nasty. So anyway, just saying. All right, so you guys get the deal. So there you go. So we've defended our answer. You're going to get a chance to defend yours. So put in your name, tell us your name, text your name. It's coming right here. All right. Then tell us if you agree or disagree, and then tell us why. Defend your answer. So we're going to talk about this right now. Here you go. Ready? This is for you guys. I want to see it. Got my text message. Here it comes. They're coming in. Maddox is already in there. You should never. Ooh, I have that on. You should hear my Chewy. You guys hear Chewy. Chewy's coming. That's all of them coming in there. You can hear Chewbacca. So you should never tag yourself in a picture, right? Defend your answer. What do you think? While they're coming in, we're going to read these here in a little bit.
If this is your own picture, right?
Your own picture. Never. You should never tag yourself in a picture on Instagram.
Kids,
anywhere.
Listen.
This is a public announcement.
If you tag yourself in your own picture, you are that guy. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. The guy that tags himself in his own picture is the one that takes 6 selfies and he puts it on multiple photos on Instagram, and you slide and you slide and you slide. In the last picture, he tags himself on his hair and then on his body, and then he uses 1 million hashtags in the comments, hashtag lazy, hashtag don't care, hashtag beautiful, hashtag.
Hey, we are getting a ton of text messages. This is great. So I'm going to read some, all right? So Jaden Davis says, disagree. Why? Have you ever seen a movie with someone brushing their teeth? Oh, this is the older one. So Jaden, you guys were going in on the first one, which I'm cool with. All right. Have you ever seen a movie with someone brushing their teeth in the shower? Exactly. No. Gross. What's wrong with one movie? And then Jaden, she's typing right now, bubbles. Bubbles. I see your bubbles, Jaden. There they are. And she goes, that's the wrong one. It's okay, Jaden. That's good. I like it. All right. So here's Molly. Molly agrees. And this is still the old one. I like doing both of these. All water is the same. It's faster, and I love Garrett Kane. Molly,
righto, Gene.
That's good.
Righto, Gene.
All right, so Isaiah says, disagree because it's your own picture. So she disagrees because it's your own picture. All right, Isaiah, I see how you're rolling. Morgan says, still talking about the teeth, he says it's gross. Okay, so here's where Olivia Coombs says, I agree. Tag yourself is too much. It's just annoying. Olivia, Garrett agrees with you, all right? My wife was in there, which is probably for Jacob. Agree, so he says multitasking. Agree, don't be that guy. So there you go.
Hashtag don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Kobe says, about the teeth, it saves time. And then Kobe says he agrees that tagging yourself is just weird. These are great responses. We're going to go to the next ones. Here we go. Oh, Leslie Kane shows a picture of Pastor Kevin Kane right there. And that's what Garrett's going to look like when he gets older. So there you go right there. You can check that out. All right, here we go. I love it. This is awesome. Okay, so here we go. You guys did a great job defending your answer. All right, here we go. This one might be close to your heart, Garrett.
This one's not even a debate.
Go ahead, read it.
The Fast and Furious movies are better than the Star Wars movies. Now this is just blasphemy at this point. The Star Wars series is like some of the greatest movies of all time. But like the Fast and Furious, I mean, like, I'm a Fast and Furious guy, but like I'm a guy like that says like they should have stopped at 7 because when The Rock took over, like I could not smell what The Rock was cooking at that point. You know what I mean? Like it's just gotten worse. You know what I'm saying? So no contest. No contest.
I'm just going to confess something. I have never seen The Fast and the Furious. I have never seen it, so I apologize. But I'm going to look and see what you all said about this. So here we go. They're coming in. All right, so Barb says she agrees with Garrett. And Barb, you didn't say what you agreed with, but I think it is this, The Fast and the Furious. So she agrees that not a contest there. All right, so then... Anyway, she says they already know who you are. You don't need to tag yourself. All right, there's someone coming in there. All right, agree, Fast and Furious, this is Olivia, is more action-packed and interesting. All right, good. Let's see this one. Preston says, disagree. So Preston says Star Wars is the original, but Fast and Furious is definitely up there and is being just, and OSE to being just as good. And almost, I think he's trying to say there. Good, Preston. All right, here's this. Let's see. Kobe says Fast and Furious is way better. And Garrett Kane is a hater. Kobe called you a hater.
Kobe, I know where you live.
Called you a hater. All right. Next one here is from Ensley, and Ensley says she agrees. It's not as childish and Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift is the best. So she loves Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, calling it out. And then Barb is backing up her statement with, this is Miss Barb, everybody, our leader, and she says, Barb, toothpaste only likes cold water. Barb, I actually agree. In fact, that wins. In fact, if we can go back.
Cold water and toothpaste just hits different.
You're right, Barb. You're totally right on that. And then Isaiah says, agree, Star Wars is trash. I can't even believe those words came out of my mouth.
Who said that? Who said that?
I feel sick right now that even like I had to say that in the same sentence.
Who said that?
But Isaiah, but we won't. That's okay. We won't say that. And then, of course, then we have Leslie Kane saying, that's ridiculous. Luke Skywalker versus Paul Walker, no comparison. And then she says, I love you, Garrett Kane. Mom, giving you a shout out on live stream.
Hi, Mom! I'm on TV!
All right. Now, this next one could get heated. All right? This next one can get heated. Okay. I got strong opinions on this one, okay? So I want to really hear from you all right? So let's see. Text 304-319-1457, right? But here we go. Batman is not a superhero. I've got strong opinions on this, and they're going to start coming in, so let's just talk about this. Now, what do you think? Is Batman, is he a superhero or is he not a superhero?
He's not a superhero.
Thank God.
He's a silent guardian.
Bless you, my child.
A watchful protector.
He is not a superhero. I agree.
Dark knight.
He's not a superhero at all. He's got no power.
He's amazing, though.
He's got money.
He's a ninja. He's essentially a ninja with a bunch of money. That's what he is.
It's actually kind of true. Trained. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm cool with that. All right, let's see what some of you guys, they're starting to come in.
Don't mess with Batman.
Here we go. Kobe, he agrees. Kobe, he's bubbling, so he's going to tell us why he agrees here in a second as we watch his bubbles. Awkward pause for effect. And now awkward pause became
How you doing,
more
James?
Awkward.
How you doing?
Kobe, you better type faster. All right, we're leaving Kobe for a second. Oh, we've got a plenty. Okay, here we go. And then Jacob says, agree, just rich. He's just rich. That's right, not a superpower. Ensley says, agree, he doesn't have any powers, but he is a hero. I don't know how you can agree and say that, Ensley. We're going to figure that one out with you. All right, Tristan jumps in. Daniel Strohsider jumped in. Hold on, Tristan says, Batman is a superhero. Cameron Kane is trying to call me. All right, Cameron, that is a major mess up right there.
That's illegal. You can't do that.
He's calling, but let's see. Let's see if we let him call. Let's see. Cameron Kane, are you trying to call? We have you live right now. Cameron Kane is a leader of the Edge. We have lost control of the show, people. We are taking calls.
That Batman is a superhero, and if anybody says anything different, they're a liar.
Okay, you heard it there from Cameron Kane against his brother. This is a feud on live television.
That's no
stream.
feud.
All right,
There's no
YouTube.
feud.
All right. Let me get back to Tristan, all right? Tristan says Batman is a superhero. He protects the city, and Iron Man also had a lot of money. They're both just smart in different ways. Ooh. I'm not even saying Iron Man's I don't even you might be right. Tristan, you know what? He might have touche'd us right there. All right, let me
We got a name in back
jumps
there.
in. Cooper Haynes 13, if you didn't know that's his name. All right, Cooper Haynes.
Big Coop.
All right, says, agree, if I had all that money, I would be Batman, or you would be Cooper Haynes 13. That's who you would be, Cooper Haynes. All right, and then we go right here. All right, there he is. Kobe's bubbles are finished. Batman is just a dude that runs around in football pads with a deep voice. Kobe Brooks, that was genius. I think I love you again. That was great. All right. Let's see who this is. All right, we have Isaiah. I agree to disagree, which is, I don't know what that is. All right, so let's go back here. Isaiah, I love the comments. All right, and then Morgan says this. Batman is not a superhero. He has all the toys, none of the hero power, which again, we get back to Iron Man. Like, I think we almost have to talk about that, but I don't know if we have time on this
What's
show.
the definition of a superhero?
Now you're going to make this a whole
story for another time.
Yeah, we can't even get into that. All right, so that's good. Okay, so and then last but not least, Izzy says Batman is a superhero because Iron Man is a superhero, which is circular reasoning, but it works, Izzy. I like it. All right, fantastic. You guys have
amens from the
defended your
MCU
answers.
back there.
Now this last one is intense. This last one could cause just as much division as the one we just had where your own brother called in to refute you. All right, so here we go. Let's look at it. Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
All right, you guys ready out there? This one's tense. A hot dog is a sandwich. Agree or disagree?
Let me stop right here and
Hold
let me
on.
just answer the right here. Okay. How many pieces of bread do you use to make a sandwich?
2.
How many pieces of bread do you use to make a hot dog?
A hot dog? Mm-hmm. 1.
1.
Now listen, I agreed. So my friend, right, I have a friend who kind of did this game already, and I answered this question with that answer. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to say anything yet. I want to hear what people say. So Daniel Stroh-Snyder, who is one of our pastors, as you guys know, says, what about mine? So I see Daniel was upset. We didn't read Daniel. So Daniel, we are reading yours, all right? Like the other middle schoolers who are upset, we are reading yours right now, all right? And it says this, I disagree. A hero isn't defined by his powers. Dang, Daniel's getting all like...
He's getting sentimental.
Biblical on us,
Yep.
all right? Theological on us. All right, I love it, all right? Principled, I love it. All right, Daniel, that's tough to talk. Yeah, I can't disagree either. All right, so we got Daniel's in there. All right, here we go. So now we've got the hot dogs again. Here we go. Cameron Kane goes, no, stop, just stop. So here's Cameron, one of our leagues, says this, the bun stays connected with the hot dog.
Yeah.
All right?
It sure does.
Cameron, on the surface, I'm with you guys. I just want to tell you this. All right. Morgan, he's still talking about Batman. He can't get over it. All right, we got Preston says, disagree. A hot dog is a sub, not a sandwich. Okay, so now listen.
Well,
Preston,
what's a
you
sub?
brought up a good point. So watch this. When you go to Subway, what do they do?
It's a sub.
They cut it. It's a smaller sub.
It is.
See,
but it's not a bun. It's a sub. It's just a
what's
long
bread
piece of bread.
before it's cut? Bread.
It's just bread. I mean, it's still bread when it's cut too.
I don't know, guys. This one, I don't know. I'm going to have to pray and fast about this one. All right, so look. So here we have some more people. All right. Emily says, it's a hot dog. She says, nope, it's still not a sub. It's a hot dog. And then she says, above that, because I'm reading hers backwards, Emily says, how dare you? It is not. How dare I? I apologize.
People will be debating this over generations.
This is. I mean, you just see my phone is blown up. So watch this. A hot dog, it's its own category. Do you buy a hot dog at a deli? Oh, hold on. That right there, people. I don't know what I just almost broke. But anyway, we're good. Almost lost power. We almost lost power again, but it's good. So anyway, I'm much shorter now than I originally am. So anyway, think about that. Emily, I can actually go back to my friend now and tell him I think yours wins, all right?
My friend made a celebrity celebrity answer, and he said,
Okay, I want to hear. What did he say?
What if-
first? Who it is? Who is it?
"What if the bun breaks?
Does it become a sandwich?
Does it become a sandwich when the bun breaks?"
Does it become
Shout
a
out
sandwich
BP.
if the bun breaks? Oh, and someone said, "What about this, Jacob? What about Subway sandwich?" Yep, they nailed that. Excellent. Yep, and only bread as well, and a hamburger. Dude, what if it breaks?
Oh, BP.
That's a great call. All right, so here's what we're gonna do now. All right, we're gonna do our Uber Eats giveaway. So here we are. All right, this is our Uber Eats giveaway time. Are you guys ready for the Uber Eats giveaway? This is a lot of fun. Okay, again, be ready. This is my number, 304-319-1457. We're going to give away another Uber Eats. In fact, Charlie Dunlap, one of our middle schoolers, she won, Garrett. She won last week, and she got Chipotle. And we got it ordered straight to her house.
I like Chipotle.
They enjoyed it. And this is the game we played. So get ready. This is Home Hunt. And some of you guys know this is how we're playing Home Hunt, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to spin our wheel. And on our wheel here, you see, we have these are the items. A toilet seat, which if you could find a toilet seat somewhere, that would be amazing, all right? We might have to roll twice if someone gets on that. We have a stuffed animal. So when we roll this and it lands on one of these items, you have to go hunt in your house for this item, and then take a picture and send a picture of your name and you with the item, and you win. The first person to send me that comes through my phone wins either Chipotle, Papa John's, or IHOP meal. Tonight, you get that, all right? Roll of toilet paper. I should make it like 5 rolls because I think people are down right now.
Yep.
Something that belongs to one of your parents. That could be fun. Bottle of ketchup, fridge magnet, sock with a hole. We jumped. Frame photo, toilet seat, baking pan. So you see some of these. Dictionary, funny mug, Disney stuff. So listen, it's going to hit one of these, and the first one to send me that text, so get my number, ready to roll, and the first one to send me your name and picture. Now listen, if you're just sending me your name, no picture, no good. You just send me the picture and no name, no good. Did I say that right? Okay, just making sure.
No.
I felt like I repeated myself twice of the same thing, different ways. All right, here we go. Ready? And we're spinning.
What's it gonna be?
Here we go. Oh my gosh, all toilet paper. Go. First
Get
one. I'm
on your
watching.
horse.
Who is it? Oh man, I can see kids scrambling around their homes right now. Can you see them?
He's like tripping and falling. You
Yep,
like broke
this
the
is
coffee
great.
table
I
already.
see parents helping. Like, I know where it is. Like, I see all that happening right now.
Brothers
This is
jumping on
chaos.
top of each other,
I was
throwing each other down.
That's a fact. I was hoping someone would get the eggs and try and carry 4 eggs back and take a picture. Oh my gosh, Maddox Bowers. Hold on. Maddox. Oh my gosh, people. He's got it. He has it.
My own blood.
I'm going to show this. Can we zoom in on this? We can zoom in on this, right? All right. There's Maddox Bowers, people. In fact, we are going to give him a round of applause. Good job, Maddox. Can you get that? We got it? All right, Maddox. Great job.
Good job, Mad Dog.
After our Zoom session, so in our middle school, high school Zoom session, we are going to get your food order, and we're going to send you either Chipotle, Papa John's, or IHOP, whichever you and your family choose. But I'm looking at him like I'm talking to him, like he's there. He's not there. It's a picture. All right, so anyway, we're going to send you, Maddox, one of those meals. And congrats, buddy. You're the winner, and that was awesome.
Invite me over, Maddox.
That's right. In fact, you guys are related. Was there something
He's
done there?
across the street from me.
I know. There was something done right there, wasn't there? All right, so here's what we're going to do now. I'm going to show this to you. All right. So we have a special guest here. A lot of you know this already, right? And our special guest is Ashley Bruner. And she's joined us. She's on the other side of the studio. And she's going to be singing one of her songs that she actually sang part of this album. It was from Seacoast School of Worship, and it was Session 3. That's why the album's called 3. And she's going to be singing her song, Bring Your Heart. And before she does, we're going to have a nice zoom in effect that happens right here, and it's going to go there and really be corny and great all at the same time. Great job, Ashley. Give her a hand, everyone. That was great, Ashley, and what a great response from our non-existent crowd. Fantastic. It was great. Love it. All right, so as Ashley comes, I just want to kind of let you know before she kind of switches spots here with you, Garrett, that song, some people know out there that I went through a pretty tough time some years ago. And that song, Bring Your Heart, and Ashley knows this, but some others don't. That was a huge song. I would just sit in my chair at home, and where I spend my time with the Lord, and a lot of times, and I would listen to that song of bring, our brokenness, bring our heart to God, and especially at a time like this. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of, maybe being an awareness of your own brokenness or, frailty, weakness. And that song is perfect. Bring your heart, because it's through that when we bring our heart, we bring our fears, we bring our brokenness to Jesus. That's where we experience joy and freedom. And I know for me, that song, even to this day, is huge when I'm just in a tough spot, or I'm struggling, or I'm maybe afraid or something like that. So that was awesome. Yeah. So we're gonna call Ashley over. So Garrett, you're gonna go to your zone, your co-host spot that we have right next here to our guest couch, and Ashley's gonna switch as they stay 6 feet away, all right, from each other as they do their transition. Social distancing is in place. If you need some hand sanitizer, we have it for you.
Important.
Yes. So Ashley, that's a great song. As you know that story, and how that song's dear to me. But I want to just kind of talk about you. So you wanted me to tell you that you didn't write that song.
Yeah.
But I mean, you sing it amazing. So
Gage Glass, if by some off chance you're watching,
there you go.
It's still a great song.
We'll have this recorded. You can send us to us. So it'll be set. So how have you been doing? I know we always want to ask our students out there how they're doing, but how have you been doing during this quarantine, and what have you been doing during this quarantine time?
Well, in terms of what I've been doing, I've been working, and I'm graduating in May, so I've been trying to finish up a lot of school projects and
so tell them what you're
like
graduating
with. I'm finishing grad school, so I'm finishing school forever, which is exciting.
For now, you never know.
Well, yeah, for now. With a master's with a master's in business administration, so I'm finishing up projects for that.
And you have been working hard, and you have your job here that you do. Some of you know that she works here, and she's doing an MBA, and you've been staying busy.
And I have another job.
Yes, you do have another. Yes, that's right. I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
But
in terms of how I've been doing, for the most part, pretty good. I think we all have kind of our good days and our bad days. But I think as long as I'm staying connected with other people and connected with Jesus, then it's usually a pretty good day.
That's huge. Yeah. You hear that, kids? No, that's good. That's really good. So here's what I want to do with you, though. Want to kind of play a little game too. All right, just kind of, and we like to watch people kind of have fun, right? So we're gonna play, and it's funny. I thought of this game a couple weeks ago, and I knew we were gonna do this, right? So I thought of this game already, and I just found out Instagram, this has become a thing on Instagram now. So there's a game I used to play years ago. Me and my family, we used to play Mad Gab. And me and my wife really enjoyed that game. And even before we had kids, we'd play that game. And now there's an app on Instagram, right, for the story mode, which is gibberish. And I was like, man, perfect. So you guys, most of you will know this, right? But we're going to play gibberish right now. And we're going to take turns. Now, Garrett, you're going to have to get a 10-second timer on us, okay? There you go.
I will get it out.
And so we have 10 seconds to figure out what the gibberish on the screen is. So Ashley's going to go first. I'm going to throw up, and she's going to say it over and over till she gets it. You have 10 seconds, and then we're going to keep score. In fact, I'm going to keep score right here, all right? And we're going to see who wins. And whoever wins gets an applause from the crowd. That's about all I think we can give you, right? That's all we can get.
Do we have a boo
nothing.
button?
We win absolutely nothing, right?
Do we have a boo button if you lose?
A boo button? I didn't download that boo. That's a good call.
Because we're positive encouraging people.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're positive encouraging,
no
like
boos here.
Caleb.
I'm just being honest.
That's exactly right. Is that a shout out for
being
Caleb?
honest.
Can we get royalties? Anyway, I don't know how that works. But anyway, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna keep score. All right. So Ashley and James. All right. 10 seconds. All right. You ready for your first word?
Yes.
All right. Here it comes. Go.
All right, James, I have to be honest. I saw
know.
the answer to this
Dang it.
already.
All right, so
nose
you
hair.
get points. No sayer. That's right. No sayer. Everyone, you
7.36
guys
seconds.
weren't going to figure that out. I'm telling you. So no sayer. All right. So this is me for now, right?
Yeah.
No, I did not, because I'm an honest person. I did not look at this and see the answer. So this is how this works, right? Ready? So I'm going to click. She did choose these. We stepped away and she set these in. So here they are. My turn. Shelf dry finkers. Shelf dry finkers. Shelf dry finkers. Dang it.
I know
Shelf
this one.
dry finkers.
I know this one.
Shelf dry fingers.
Time.
Hold on.
What do
Let me
you
think.
think
One
it
more.
is?
Shelf dry fingers.
That's 10 seconds, James. You're done.
Dry fingers. I'm the host. I can extend time.
Is it?
Dang it. What is it?
Is it self-driving car?
Yeah, it is.
That's
Self-driving cars.
No, that is
Yes!
Yes, sir.
All right. Nothing for me. All right. You ready? Did you see this
Yeah.
next one?
No, I didn't.
Okay, ready? Here we go. All right. Now, you guys at home, try this too. All right, here we go. Ready?
Thumb other oven fin chin. Thumb other oven fin. That's like a tongue twister. Thumb other oven fin. I have no clue. Some
saying.
other.
Time.
I don't know. I have no clue.
Thumb other oven finchin.
What do you think, Garrett?
Thumb other oven finchin. I have no clue. I'm
It is
stumped.
the mother of invention.
Thumb other oven finchin.
Is that even a saying?
Says that. Yeah, I think it is.
Oh,
The
dang
mother of invention, yes. It's a saying from a
Who
long
is
time
the
ago.
mother of
All right,
invention?
so.
The mother of
I don't know,
invention?
but that's what it is, the mother of invention. All right, so just trying to find hard ones for you. All right, ready? So this
Okay.
one's for me now, right?
Yes, this one's for
okay,
you.
so good. I'm glad you didn't get that. Okay, here we go. Ready? How sweet this hound. Oh, how sweet the sound. That's
Wow.
3.4
Gonna get Christian on you
seconds.
people. All right, like me. All right, here we go. So that's one.
You have the record time so far.
How long?
3.4 seconds. It was 7.3.
That's one. All right,
Two or
Ashley,
three
you
times
ready?
ago.
Yes.
Because this is for absolutely nothing. Go.
Martha Stewart.
Oh.
Martha Stewart.
got it.
Martha Stewart.
Oh, how much?
8.08.
Oh, Martha Stewart. Well done.
8.08
All right, Ashley's
seconds.
got a point. I
By
have
the
a
skin
point.
of your teeth.
All right, ready? Here we go. Now, you guys all out there were yelling at Ashley. I know you were. Okay, they were yelling at you.
Martha
Okay, ready? Here we
Stewart.
go. Fish hits bin hers. Fish hits bin hers. Fish hits bin hers. Do you guys know this? Fish hits bin hers.
Time.
What?
Fish hits bin hers.
Do you know it?
Fidget
Dang it, I should know
spinners.
that. I have ADHD squared. I should know that.
I sounded like
All right.
Oprah Winfrey right there. Fidget spinners.
Everyone
spinner,
gets a
and you
fidget
get a
spinner.
fidget
All right, here we go. Okay, we ready? Are
Yeah,
you ready? Okay,
yeah.
this is for you. Dang. All right, we're still tied.
Donned rink hand arrive. Donned tank ran. Hey! Donned rink hand arrive. Don't drink and drive.
Oh,
9.8 seconds.
ah!
On the button.
All right. Is this the last one, I think?
I think so.
All right, ready? Here we go. I'm afraid. Perrekti internet. Perrekti internet. Perrekti internet.
Kaylee has no faith in you.
Perrekti internet.
Time.
Perrekti. Perrekti
Do you know it?
internet. Perrekti in her head? What? Something in her head? Do you know, Garrett? Ashley knows.
It sounds like
Should we let Kaylee tell you?
Kaylee
what it
knows
is?
from in the crowd, deep out there.
Break the internet.
Oh, break.
That's not
Break.
break.
Break
That,
T
no, that's
internet.
cheap. I'm
Sound like
giving
a Valley
myself
girl.
point for
Break.
that. I'm giving myself a
I
point for
win.
that. That
You
is-
all out there
all right,
know that I
All right,
won.
let's see. That's right. Oh, I had that one twice. All right, so. Oh, I can't believe that.
My mother
I
just
think I have
texted me
one
the
more.
answer.
Let me look. Okay, yeah, that's it. All right, so that was the last one. That was good. All right, so we're going to talk a little more at Ashley now, and you did a good job on that. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Very good. All
I've
right.
been practicing.
I know. All right, so we're going to talk to you about, since you've been called to lead worship, and we're going to talk about that. And for our students out there, I don't think you can ever talk about worship enough and what it is, especially for young people.
I agree.
And so, I'm glad you do agree with me. That's good. But first, let's do this as we talk about worship. Explain everyone from your perspective and kind of what you've learned. And you went to a school for worship. What is worship?
So I was thinking about this question because confession, I knew he was going to ask that question.
We went over these, yeah.
Yeah.
She should get these all right.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking about it. It's kind of hard to describe what worship is, because I think a lot of us think that worship is just music, and it's not just music. But we do think about it in terms of music a lot. Like, the term worship leader is associated with somebody who's a musician, like myself. And so that's like the title that I tell people that I am, is a worship leader. But really, worship is a whole lot more than that. And so it changes for me. Like, my working definition of worship kind of changes over time, because it's hard to kind of sum it all up in a statement. But kind of the working statement lately is just that we as fallen people, we as a fallen world tend to put ourselves in the center of our own universe, right? Like, our whole lives and our human instinct that is just the result of sin in our lives is, protect me, elevate me. I want to be successful. I want to be good. I want to be the best. And it's all about, like, my life is all about me. But the reality is, like, nobody can sustain the pressure of being the center of their own universe. Only God can handle the pressure of being the center of the universe. So what worship is it's whatever act that takes us out of that place of the center and puts God back in his rightful place as the center. And that can look a lot of different things. It doesn't just have to be worship, like worship music. Music is one way that we do that, and it's one way that we honor God with our words in that way, but there are lots of other ways to worship in which we put God in his place and us in our own.
That is really good. I've been walking with Jesus quite a while, and that might be one of the best examples of, or illustrations of worship, explanations of worship that I've heard. That's fantastic. So let's move to why do we worship then? You have a little bit there, right? There's a lead, right? So why do we worship?
For many reasons.
Give us
two.
Two.
Okay, 2 reasons. The first that I always think about is God is infinitely worthy of worship, and you can spend the rest of your life finding reasons that God is worthy of worship. There are kind of one of my favorite passages of Scripture in the Bible is Revelation 4, and I think we're going to talk about that a little more later, but we have... It explains what the throne room of God looks like. John, one of Jesus' disciples, had a revelation of what heaven looked like, and one of those images was the throne room of God. And around the throne, there are these 4 winged creatures that have eyes all over them. And they're constantly flying around the throne of God. And they constantly have more reasons to worship because they just keep getting to see him from new perspectives. So we can spend the rest of our lives finding reasons why Jesus is worthy of worship. One of them that you can sit on for a while is just the simple fact that he saved you from your sin. That alone will keep you busy for a while. So that reason alone, just Jesus making the sacrifice that he did and it was specifically for you as well as objectively for the whole world, that alone is worthy of worship. But something else that Pastor Daniel actually pointed out to me few months ago is worship is the one thing that we can do for God that he can't do for himself. So, like, my dad has raised me to believe this. Like, God doesn't need us. Like, God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit, they all live in, like, perfect relationship. Like, they have each other. They're perfect. They can sustain themselves. Like, and even the Bible says, like, God doesn't need us to feed him, to sustain him, anything. But the one thing that we get to do for him that he can't do for himself is bless his heart and love on him by worshiping him. And so if we have a relationship with Jesus Christ, like, why wouldn't we want to bless his heart in that way?
Yeah, and I think that leads to kind of something you shared. So 2 years ago, we had our fall rally, and a lot of you students were there, of course. And you talked about this at that fall rally. And you shared about pretty much like she shared with students and a lot of you, the how we worship and kind of the importance of that. You know what I mean? So why don't you kind of share some of that again with everyone? Because I'm pretty sure, like, I don't remember what I've taught a month ago. So I'm pretty sure not too many out there will remember. So again, why don't you share that?
So if I want anybody to take anything away from this, is that there's 3 things that always accompany worship, whether it's in whether it's in music and whether we're, worshiping corporately, like your typical view of what worship is like in church singing songs. Whether it's in that setting or whether it's just in worship in general, it always encompasses 3 different things, and that is words, posture, and action, or more specifically, a sacrifice. So going back to that whole image of the throne room of God, in Revelation 4, not only are there 4 winged creatures circling the throne of God, but there's also these 24, and they're called elders in Revelation 4, and there's just these 24 elders, and they're sitting on thrones in this throne room as well, and they're facing Jesus, and they're like all dressed in white and have a crown on their heads, and the whole point of their existence is just to worship God, right? So, and they're doing a few things. Like the passage describes them as getting off of their thrones, casting their crowns before the Lord, and like just falling on their faces and praising him with his words. And I believe their words. And I believe the words are holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty.
Yep,
and then some other stuff that I can't remember off the top of my head. But so what they're doing there is like, so if that's how those elders are worshiping in heaven, that kind of seems like a good example for us to follow on earth. And so the 3 things that they're doing is, 1, they're worshiping God with their words. And so I kind of equate this to like somebody telling me that they love me, or me telling somebody else that I love them. Like, and I think we're all becoming very familiar with the action of love through words, because that's kind of one of the only ways that we can express love right now. I know it also always makes my day better, especially in the past month, when somebody texts me and is like, hey, just want you to know I'm thinking about you, I'm praying for you, I love you. Like, that brightens my day, and I'm sure it brightens, yours and everybody else's.
Yeah, it's huge.
So that's one of the, like, if we were designed to respond to words, and we're made in the image of God, then God must also respond to words from his children, right? So that's why we sing. That's why we talk about Jesus with others. That blesses his heart as well. So that's words is the first thing. Posture is the second thing, and this is the one that I think people are most uncomfortable with in the setting of like corporate worship. So when I mean posture, like, so when we talk about the elders, they got up off of their thrones and like cast themselves out, like, and the term is prostrate, which basically means they're just lying like this on the ground before the Lord. And so I think a lot of people, like, I have gone through my own journey of like postures in worship. Like, I can distinctly tell you where I was the first time that I was like, I'm gonna raise my hand, okay, in worship. Like, I remember where I was, like in what pew I was in what church. And so I've gone through my own journey with that. But posture is, I kind of equate it to like giving somebody a hug, or just kind of being present with somebody. Like, this one is also kind of the hardest to explain, because like, I just think there's something to be said for like, you all know the feeling, or if you've been in church for any amount of time, like we all kind of know the feeling of like, this doesn't feel like I'm just really enjoying this song. Like this, like the Lord is doing something in your heart, and like you get excited, or you just feel peaceful, or something. Like, we all kind of know that like feeling, Yeah,
if I can jump in, I think like anything, if we're expressing something with words emotionally, there's something when our physical lines up. And so I think it's like if I just say to my boys, like, hey boys, I love you, or I go to them and I touch them and I hug them and I say I love you. That's what our expressions in worship do. Whether it's hands out, touchdown, like whatever, however we're worshiping Jesus. Like, I think that's exactly what we're doing to him. We're lining up our physical with our emotional, right? With what we're feeling spiritually too. You know what I mean? So does that work? Is that,
there's something about when like you put yourself physically in line with what God's already doing in your heart. And then the last one is an action or a sacrifice. And so what these elders did, are currently doing in the throne room of God, is they're casting their crowns before the Lord. And this is a huge one, and I think it kind of ties to posture a little bit as well. There's a passage in the Old Testament where David says to somebody, I will not make a sacrifice, I will not make an offering to the Lord that costs me nothing. Worship always costs something. Like anything that's of any value to somebody else, it usually, like if you got a gift and you know that nobody put any thought into the gift that you had just received, that gift is not very valuable. It's the same thing with worship. Like if the gift that we're offering to God through our worship did not cost us something, it's therefore not very valuable to him because it wasn't very valuable to us to begin with. So like, I'll just be very honest with you. I've been singing for a long time. So singing does not cost me very much in worship because it's commonplace for me.
It's natural for you too.
Yeah, but what does cost me a lot in worship is something that, doing something or saying something. For me, from a worship leader's perspective, for me, it's speaking on a mic because that makes me really uncomfortable. But if the Lord calls me to say something, then I will. But for a lot of other people in like a corporate worship setting, so like in a church service when we're singing songs, that sacrifice might mean taking a posture that you're not comfortable with. Might mean doing something that you might be a little bit embarrassed to do around other people. It might mean singing, because for whatever reason that makes you uncomfortable. And we're not going to great lengths to make ourselves uncomfortable, but we're going to great lengths to be obedient to the Lord and to give him the worship that he is worthy of. So, but like I said, worship is not just music. Worship is a lifestyle. And so if you were on Bagels and Bibles on Thursday, James, you talked about obedience. And I just have been thinking about that over the past few days. And that is like, obedience is like you said, it's God's love language. Yeah. So if worship is blessing the heart of the Lord, then obedience is another act of worship. And obedience involves a sacrifice because worship in itself is a sacrifice, because to bring ourselves out of that position of like, I'm the center of my own universe, that's it's very humbling to bring yourself out of that spot and say, no, I don't know what's best for me. God, you know what's best for me. So so three things that worship always involves: words, posture, sacrifice. Perfect.
So as you all listen to that, and that is all amazing stuff for sure, tell them some ways, so tell our students some ways, some practical steps they can take in worship during this time of quarantine. What can they do?
Well, just to talk about worship in like the musical sense, first of all, Cameron Kane and I and some of your other leaders have kind of contributed to a playlist on Spotify of worship music that we think and really hope you guys will enjoy. It's fairly long, so you won't get through it super quick, but it's called Worship at Home, ! On Spotify. So you can go and listen to that and just kind of keep that on. But a couple of ways that you can worship God with, with words and posture and sacrifice. Something that I've been challenging a lot of people to do recently is put on worship music and just lock themselves in their room and have a dance party, which I know sounds really awkward. But
I don't think I'm doing that.
Which I know sounds really awkward, but that's a posture. Dancing, believe it or not, is a posture of worship. And I think we could all use a little joy in our lives right now.
I confess, I have done that.
Yeah.
before.
Oh, I've done that too.
Not often. I can count on one hand, but I have done it.
I can too. But yeah, so that's one thing you can do. Another thing that you can do is journal. So I think we often equate journaling to prayer, and it is, but I journal every day. But most of what I'm trying to make my journaling more of lately is more of just listing out the things that I'm grateful for. Being grateful is an act of worship because it's saying that I did not give myself all the things that I have. God gives me everything that I have. So being grateful is an act of worship. So just taking some time every day to just write down some things that you're thankful for, and then write down some things about God that you just know about him and you believe to be true, because the more that we recite those things to ourselves, the easier it is to recall them, just kind of the character of God. And then the last thing, as far as sacrifice goes, obedience is a big act of worship. And so I think one of the ways that God is calling us to be obedient to him, especially in this season, is just to tell others about him, because that is an act of worship as well. So whatever that is, I don't want to limit it to just that, but that's a huge thing. Just be thinking about that. Who is it that I can reach out to and let them know about the love of God? Because that requires obedience, and that is an act of worship. Loving your family well, obeying your parents, respecting your parents, honoring your siblings, reaching out to a grandparent or reaching out to a friend and just letting them know, I'm thinking about you, I'm praying for you. those are all acts of obedience, and those are all acts of love, and acting in that way is worship to the Lord.
It's huge. That was all really good stuff that I hope you guys begin to practice, think about, pray about, and ask God to help you with. I do want to say this. I just want you guys to know in this time, I know you're connected, but real community isn't just, you know, the text messages or just kind of the social media things we kind of, experience with one another. Real community is when we can express our feelings, our thoughts, those things that are dear to us, important to us with each other. And so I'm going to encourage you this Thursday, in fact, right after this, jump in on the Zoom call. I know the temptation for so many of you is, you know what, this was cool, I enjoyed it, or I didn't win the thing, I was only watching to get the Uber Eats thing. I get that. But I want you to know, this walk with Jesus, you can't do by yourself. You can't. I don't know anyone in over 20 years of walking with Jesus. I can't do this by myself. I have a community of believers around me. I have a community of believers in my home, and maybe you don't have that, but you have a community of believers here. I would encourage you, don't just kind of shut this off, put your phone down. Connect with us on Zoom. Get connected, share, talk, know you're not alone, be encouraged. That's how Jesus designed it. There's no other way to walk with him than to walk with him and others. And then, of course, on Thursday, we're going to have our Zoom meeting again at 11. And I send you guys all texts. And if you don't get the text messages, just text 304-319-1457, and we'll plug you in, and you'll get that text message, and you'll get that link for our Zoom call Thursday for our Bagels and Bibles. And I just can't say how important it is. And I know some of you will be watching this after this, and to get connected and get plugged in and reach out to us and contact us. And again, you have my number. You can contact us and reach out. So before I have Ashley pray for us and kind of let us go, and then we're going to go to our Zoom call, and I'm going to be Zooming with the high schoolers right here. I know Barb and the middle school leaders are going to be Zooming. You guys have those links already. And again, if you don't, text me, and I'll send you that link, and you'll be all set to go. And I can't wait to see your faces. I love you guys very much. I miss you all, and I can't wait till we're together again. But until then, we can kind of Zoom, I guess, right? So let's do that, all right, because it's important. Ashley, thank you so much, and going to pray for us.
All right, let's pray. Jesus, we love you and we thank you. God, I've just been very grateful for technology lately, and just for I think we all have, and just for the blessing and the ability to get to still connect, sort of, over YouTube and over Zoom and over all of these different channels that you've provided for us, Lord. So I thank you for that. I thank you for just allowing us to learn more about you, allowing us to connect with you through worship. God, I heard Isaiah actually say something so awesome on Thursday, and that was just, I don't get closer to Jesus through knowledge. I get closer to Jesus through experience. And God, I thank you that worship isn't knowledge, but the action of worship is experience. And God, I just pray that you would just quietly encourage us, and you would just quietly kind of, in your very gentle and loving way, just kind of push us towards, hey, I want you to offer this to me today, or hey, I want you to tell this person about me today. God, I pray that your voice would just be clearer than ever in our hearts. I pray that the distractions would kind of just fade away, and that we would be left with just little more than just a desire for you, Lord. God, I pray that just the need for community and the access to community would just be so evident to everybody that's watching. I pray that the students that are watching would take that first step and just say, you know what, I need other people and I need Jesus to connect with their friends and to connect with their leaders and with their peers. And God, I just pray that you would let these words stick, that you would let just what we've learned about worship today and just the joy that we've experienced here tonight, I pray that you would just let that stick. And I just pray a blessing over everybody that's watching and everybody here. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 So before we go, just want to let you know that next week we'll have Lamar Riddick. He'll be here, and he's going to be sharing. He's fantastic. Just continue to follow us on our social media, Instagram, of course, and Facebook. And I'm excited to have Lamar. He's going to be talking about the platform that God's given him as a hip-hop artist and the way he uses that to worship and serve his God. And a lot of you know him, and I'm excited. He'll be sitting here next week. And again, thank you, Ashley. And thank you, everyone else. And can't wait to see you on Zoom, so don't forget. And let's send Ashley out with a great round of applause. Let's do that. Bye, everyone. Thank you.